Ooh, disclaimer, these are my thoughts and opinions, and also I swear. Now, I've already done 2 videos on, I nearly said Phil Collins then, Phillip Schofield. And yeah, so I'm hoping that this is the last one, right? But he's had a say, so I want to have my say on him having his say, because what a load of fucking bollocks came out of that man's mouth. Literally, I couldn't not say anything on there. And also, I have a friend who, I made a new friend thanks to YouTube, who asked me to do a video. So I'm like, right, well, I'll round out Phillip Schofield. Not least because this coming Friday, not actually changed me, still on May on the calendar, but this coming Friday, Sam Smith and Madonna bring out a song called Vulgar. Sam Smith and Madonna. So that's going to be tomorrow's chip paper on Friday. So you know it's going to be everything that everybody's looking forward to, and I should imagine I'm going to have to do a video on that, because it's already making me feel a little bit sick. Can't stand Madonna. Used to be obsessed with Madonna when I was a teenager. Used to dress like her and everything. Literally, I have photographs I'll have to find out someday. And yeah, was obsessed, low-key obsessed, low to mid to high-key obsessed with Madonna. And oh God, she mustn't feel sick. She must feel sick now, as does Sam Smith, with agendas. Anyways, back to old Groomy McBob. Alright, so he's come out and he's had his say. I've seen him do 2 interviews. I've seen snippets of these 2 interviews. One with this fella, one with a woman from The Sun. So BBC and The Sun, I think. And, oh, there's something of the night about him. Now that you know that he's not what he's said that he is all of these years. It's like, yeah, I can see. You're a bit Roddle, you are. Why I'm thinking, nobody's ever said anything about Rod Hull. So, you know, he just used to give me the willies when I was little, as did Jimmy Savile, and we all know where that went. Phillip Schofield actually used to fancy him when I was little. Really bad tasting man, Kes, really bad tasting man. Anyway, so I've seen these snippets of these 2 interviews where he literally lied his face off and was rude, in my personal opinion, about Matthew McGreevy, because this chap said, were you in love with him? And he said, no, we were just mates. Yeah, just off down the pub with me mate wife. If I come back and me knob looks like a lion bar, don't ask any questions. That's just what mates do. Fucking, we were mates. Now, I find that genuinely insulting to the poor lad, because he was in love with you. He was fucking in love with you. So you saying that on national television is a kick in the fucking nads, is it not? Or is that just me? Oh, I just, you know, and he's adamant that he didn't touch him till he was 20 years. Like, literally, the ages just get moved around like jumpers for goalposts. It's like, oh, shit. And I swear he's forgetting who he's telling these numbers to. But, you know, like, apparently, even though he said he was in his life from 15. Don't believe that either. And it's like all of these years, this young boy never fell in love with you, did he not, Phil? And you, even though you took him everywhere with you, he was apparently his PA, apparently. And then I found out yesterday, saw an interview with Carol McGiffin from Loose Women. Another glaring example of how Phillip Schofield lies through his back fucking teeth. The chap, was it Dan Morton who was interviewing her? Anyways, the chap said that there was a rumour that only one of the out of the 9 or 10 loose women actually liked Phillip Schofield. And she replied with, over that then, none of us like him. None of us like him. Nobody at Loose Women could stand Phillip Schofield, right? And it's like, but if you ask Phillip Schofield, Phillip Schofield will say, everybody liked me, mates with everybody. I was friends with, what were you doing them up the arsenal then? Because you were mates. Oh no, friends with everybody, me. Absolutely no toxicity, absolutely no bad blood. And the only person saying that is Phillip Schofield. And he said that basically it's just a handful of bitter people, meaning Eamon Holmes and Ruth Langford, I'm assuming, is what he meant when he said that. You know, like, there's only a handful of you know, these sort of bitter people who don't work there anymore. And it's like, Loose Women have never worked on This Morning, so how do you explain that one then? And they're not just a handful of bitter people, it's a whole fucking show. But apparently Matthew McGreevy in 2019 was shufted off This Morning onto Loose Women, and all of the Loose Women took him under their wing because he was a broken young man. Carol McGiffin's words. He was a broken young man. Now that, you don't get to be broken like that. Something had happened to this lad over a period of some years. But according to Scof, only just, you know, like, no, it was something like, no, yeah, knew him since he was young, didn't do anything, we were mates, and then we were mates, yeah, just mates the whole way along. And if you, like, literally, somebody needs to go and do the timeline on it, because if you believe Phillip Schofield, it was just like one night round the back of the fucking Royal Oak. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, just bummed him in the car park, that was it. You know, we'd been working together for 12 years, and yeah, just one steamy night of whatever. And, you know, it's just fabricating it, making it up as I go along. So according to him, no toxicity, everybody's happy. Everybody else, like, is wrong. We've got people like Jeremy Clarkson coming out and standing up for him, like cracking. And then, to add even more insult to injury, he's on this fucking interview going, do you want me to die? Because that's where I am. Now that is snidey fucking behaviour. That is sick. That is twisted behaviour. Because that man isn't fucking going anywhere, and you know it. Apart from anything else, he's promised his daughters that he's not going to do it. They're like, you're not killing yourself on our watch, Dad. And he's like, no, I won't do it for me. And then he sits there on TV in front of the country and says, do you want me to die because that's where I am? When he's already promised his daughters he won't. That is garnering fucking sympathy. That is sick, and that is fucking twisted. Like, literally, I, like, never really had a problem with him before. Now it's like, no mate, absolutely fucking reprehensible the way that you are behaving, and the people that you are chucking under the bus left, right and fucking centre. So yeah, apparently his career is over. And and I made myself giggle last night. completely unaware. I thought I'd write some stuff down, right, you know, just so that I could try and get as much in, so that this is my last video on the guy, because I want to think about something else now. And yeah, he's vaping, like, on this video. He's just, and I wrote down, somebody get the man a fag. I'm like, actually, that, yeah, give him a fag. Take the vape away and give him a fag. Obviously, he's never heard of popcorn long. But yeah, it's like, gone are the days. It's like, I know you're meant to be gay, but you don't need to, like, advertise it with a vape. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I just think vapes are gay. And there has been not been around long enough to know long-term health effects. Remember, they were advertising smoking as good for pregnant women when it first came out, when they were trying to sell it. So I don't trust them what they're saying with vapes. So just saying. They don't have a proven track record of telling the truth, these people, do they? And their goal is ultimately depopulation. Going off on one there. Let me just make sure that I did mention everything so that I can I even wrote down Roddle. Fucking hell, poor old Roddle. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and also Karen McGiffin, I'll quote her, she said of Phillip Schofield, it was classic grooming behaviour. So, again, Phillip Schofield's the only one that's saying that he didn't groom this lad. Everybody else is saying the same thing, except for Phillip Schofield, the one that's got a vested interest in the truth not coming out. Yeah, the only other thing, it's like he's also chucking the gay community under the bus, because he's saying that, like, literally, if it was a straight relationship, there'd be it wouldn't be a problem. It's literally because they're gay. It's like, you know, it's homophobic. You know, like, you're being homophobic, being homophobic. Feel sorry for me. No, people aren't being homophobic at fucking all, mate. It's like, if that was a girl, you'd have had her dad on your fucking doorstep, mate. Literally, you'd have been beaten black and blue. If that was a girl, it's only because it's a boy that it's been allowed to get away with. So again, flipping the narrative completely on its head to suit his own fucking purposes. I'll be glad when this is tomorrow's check paper, because I'm fucking sick of the bloke. And I ain't even had an opinion on Holly Willoughby. But yeah, it's like, I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens with her now, because don't even tell me the amount of footage out there of Matthew with Holly and them being all like a nice little family team. Do you know what I mean? It's like he's there with his mum and dad. It's like, oh mate, she has got a lot. And there's a lot of people coming out now saying that she's a proper prima donna, and that she's not a very nice person either. So it's like, well, couldn't have happened to a nicer couple. She'll probably stay on TV and Dancing on Ice. I do like to look at her dresses on Dancing on Ice, but other than that, not really keen. But I'm sure she's lovely. She's a mother, so why has she not got a say in it? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, we need the mothers of this world to stand there and say, you do not do this to children. You do not do this to children. Where are the mothers getting fucking angry and saying, no, enough now? And not just with nonsense about, with fucking jabs and everything. We need the matriarchy, mate. We need sensible women to come together and make some bloody sense of this world. If you've watched to the end of this video, I owe you a bevy. And oh yeah, got another cracking. Yay! Sorry, I keep getting scammers in my Instagram inbox, and yeah, I've just got another one wants to send me a message. So let's see what fun we can get up to there, shall we? So yeah, if you've watched to the end, I owe you a bevy, and if you are one of my subscribers, sigh, that means you, my darling. If you want a badge, just let me know. I am making badges. Thank you for sticking with me, and let's hope we have a new topic of conversation soon that's not nonsense. Yeah, I love you all. Bye.